We're going down memory lane today to 2018 LeBron.
I was bullshitting last night tweeting about Transformers, and someone remarked how Optimus in that movie was 2018 LeBron. And while I was going to make this video anyways, now I especially want to make it. Because like 2011 Optimus Prime, 2018 Braun was something special, and I've never gotten to do a retrospective about it. Might have covered it in LeBron's case for GOAT right after it happened, but it's been 4 years. And when you look back at that run, although it didn't end with the ring, boy was it something special. Let's start with the fact that this team was a dumpster fire through and through, from start to finish. The 2017 finals happened, they were predictably beaten by the Warriors with Kevin Durant, and they needed to shake things up. Only, if you remember, the problem being, there really was no way to shake that roster up as it was. I.e. with Kyrie and LeBron, they were probably never going to get enough support on that team to compete with Golden State. Add in the problem that Kyrie ended up wanting to be traded, and there was the start. After that deal and offseason, the Cavaliers came out a mashup of names that you would recognize, but not names that would contribute for a full season. We're simply not going to acknowledge that Derrick Rose or Dwayne Wade were ever in a Cavs jersey, and everything else, when you saw it as a total picture, you were just going, if this roster happened 5 years earlier, it'd be the greatest team of all time. In 2018, however, it was always a gamble.
Motherfuckers was gassing IT's first game. 17 points. All right, bro.
Biggest smokescreen team I've ever seen in my life. Dom hit it on the head. Them pictures after y'all scammed the Cavs that were like, oh yeah, this Cavs team better than ever. I was like, am I missing something? These motherfuckers got Jay Crowder, IT4, Derrick Rose, and Dwayne Wade in 2018, and y'all think this is a better? All right.
Say, you remember after that Kyrie IT trade, exactly what they said, and after all the small signings, you know what I'm saying, the Jay Crowders, the Dwayne Wades. Hey, is this the best team LeBron's ever had?
Yeah, I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, Ante Zizic is on the way. I'm like, nigga, what? Stop.
And say, you know what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier? They traded IT at the trade deadline, and they had the same. Hey, did the Cavs just get better?
I'm saying. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? I'm like, what am I missing, bro? They just lost the guy that a year ago hit a shot to win you a chip for injured IT and spare change, and I'm in a pick. Oh man, that was so stupid.
They were on the floor together, maybe they could do something, but health was probably going to get in the way, and it almost immediately did. That roster was terrible. There was a news story every day about the dysfunction, and finally on one unsuspecting day our phones started buzzing, and they kept buzzing, and they continued buzzing. It was not Woj and Shams breaking a scandal about a coach, about 4 years too early for that. Instead, they were telling us the entire Cavs roster had been traded. Not a couple of people, damn near everyone. They sent Dwayne Wade back to Miami, D Rose to the Jazz, which he never got to play there. Just guys all over the place for a roster that, when you looked at it from top to bottom, was pretty sorry, but it at least fit better than what they had.
At least they beat the shit out of y'all.
After they defeated the Boston Celtics for their first game, he famously or infamously remarked, "We got a squad now." Comparatively, he wasn't wrong. The only problem was this quote-unquote squad was not going to be able to compete in this Eastern Conference for long, as if you were to go back and look, it had the makings of pretty much all the teams that contend there today, the very early versions. So one way or the other, this was probably the last time a fully LeBron-led roster was going to be able to get through the East, and even before the playoff run, you could see if it did happen, it was barely going to happen. As a matter of fact, with the way the Toronto Raptors looked that year, it's fun to laugh at them in hindsight, but they were very good. LeBron's team was not very good. This was probably the first time in around 6 or 7 years that LeBron was flat out expected to lose before the NBA Finals. There were some years where it was questionable. It had probably been around a decade since it looked like it was just a mountain too high to scale. But those problems started even earlier than we expected. Even with the state of the roster, this first round against Oladipo's Pacers seemed to be a tune-up. It was a known fact at that time that LeBron James doesn't lose in the first round, and it wasn't
better than
supposed to start
D-Rose
now,
pick,
except
ladies and
it almost did. After 4 grueling games, this series was knotted up at 2 apiece, leading us to LeBron's first.
Look at him, look at him,
James, 2 seconds, 1 second for the win. LeBron James delivers. That's a winner in Cleveland.
As we all know, the winner of Game 5 normally goes on to win the series, and Indiana was very capable of winning that Game 5, just as they were capable of winning the series. This one went all the way down to a Game 7 that took LeBron James 45 points to get by. When the smoke cleared, the Cavaliers had won by a mere 4 points, which meant 5 of these 7 games were decided by 4 or less. It was a much better series than any of us remember. A series that saw LeBron score 46 points in Game 2, 44 in Game 5 with that game winner, and 45 in Game 7. Not only had this series been way too close for comfort, but LeBron's next highest scoring teammate was Kevin Love at 11 points with 33% from the field. Yeah, it was brutal. An epic series, but it was against the Indiana Pacers, so right then and there, if you didn't already know this Cavaliers team was not winning a championship, that was proof, and it should have been proof they were not getting out of the Eastern Conference. As a matter of fact, their second round series was a bout with the Toronto Raptors, who had won nearly 60 games. This was arguably the best team of the DeRozan and Lowry era, and in theory, they were finally ready. In theory, I myself did not believe that for 1 second.
I was
thought
not,
that
I ain't
the
gonna lie.
Raptors should have won that series, but I picked the Cavaliers in 7. I just did not think they were going to get over the LeBron hump.
The Raptors were definitely like the Clippers of the East to me. They're like
exactly.
They were solid on paper, really good coach. They even got an arguable superstar because DeMar DeRozan was putting up crazy stats at the time. But like, nah, when the motherfucker the other team has LeBron, I'm picking LeBron. I ain't gonna lie.
I picked LeBron all day, and I don't know if this was the year, but DeMar even has a clip where he's like, "Well, shit, man, I don't know what to do." Like, he even like, I know how it sounds. There's a clip out there where he literally says, "Hey, they have LeBron, so it is what it is." Something like that, bro. Like, nah, I'm not picking them to win, bro. Fraud team.
LeBron put up averages of 34, 8, and 11 with 2 steals, very similar to his Indiana Pacers stat line, by the way. While he also touted 55% from the field, which included a bevy of fadeaways that officially dubbed this era LeBronto. Oh yeah, and as if the series hadn't already been over once the Cavaliers won both of Toronto's home games, because they had home court, by the way, just in case the Raptors were going to spin the block and do the same to them in Cleveland, LeBron closed that door too.
3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Good night,
Get me
Cleveland.
like, but the scoreboard was
That
tied,
is
so
for
it's not good.
This series was
He
flat
swept-
out
did they sweep
humiliating.
him?
Also fair to mention, his team
think they
stepped up
did.
far more here. Kevin Love averaged 20 and 11, pretty reminiscent of his Minnesota days actually. Kyle Korver even averaged 15 points. Really, the team lit up Toronto, but LeBron of course had the legendary moments. After game 1 when Toronto had lost their lead, we kind of knew this one was cooked. And with the Philadelphia 76ers having
look
been
at this.
prematurely eliminated, it was
Fraud
anybody's
team,
guess
bro.
what was going to happen. This Boston Celtics team they were up against next did not have Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward.
Damn
Yet,
it.
according to Marcus
'Cause
Morris,
you
they were going to be able to
should've
get the job
got
done,
it.
as he remarked. The other teams LeBron had played against thus far didn't know how to play defense. Pretty
You should
bold
be 0-2
words
in
when
the
you
finals.
knew you were going up against this guy next, but that squad had all the confidence in the world. Let the record show nobody thought the Celtics would be 4 wins away from the NBA Finals at that point without their 2-star players. Yet here they were in a very winnable series. As a matter of fact, the Boston Celtics would take a 2-0 lead, which was the first time LeBron James would face that deficit in the Eastern Conference since he did it against the Celtics in 2008. That just spoke to how long he had dominated the East, but also to the fact that this really was the year he presumably wasn't going to make it. With this roster, he shouldn't have. With everything that had happened that season, he shouldn't have.
Damn, Benji.
These first 2 games were blowouts.
No Jimmy
If
Butler
the
is to
Celtics could
save
now
you
just
now.
do it one more time in
Yeah.
Cleveland, it was probably a wrap. However, we
This guy's
all knew
actually
LeBron
better.
wasn't going
Okay.
away quietly, as even in game 2 that was a blowout, he had
It says this motherfucker hits transition threes. It'll probably pop up on
Yo.
the screen, bro. You know exactly what
Okay.
transition 3 I'm talking about, bro. Against the Warriors, game 1. Let's calm down. You know what 3 I'm talking about. Let's go down 2K play.
42 points. Cleveland would not up the series, as
Okay,
in game
y'all,
4
I
LeBron
tried to
would
stop
post
this.
44,
Look at
and
this.
in the do or die game 6, he would post 46, leading to a game 7 in Boston, by the way. It was truly set up for something legendary.
It's hate for
it was
that
a
shot.
great back and forth game. Everything was in place for Boston to advance, as Jason Tatum even got one in on
Damn.
LeBron and made the mistake of chest bumping him afterwards. Safe to say he got caught up in the moment. A couple of minutes later, LeBron was barely burying this team and proclaiming victory on their home floor. He finished with series averages of 33 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, while shooting 52% from the field and 40% from 3. Once again, his next best scoring teammate, Kevin Love, at 12.5 points.
You ain't beating the 50.
Also, he was not available.
That's just not.
There's just almost no conceivable way the Celtics should have lost that game. The Cavaliers starting lineup there was LeBron, J.R. Smith, Jeff Green, George Hill, and Tristan Thompson.
Ew.
Jeff Green was his second best player in 2018 in that game. As Jeff Van Gundy was sure to remark, he had never seen anybody do more with less, which was quite unfortunate for the viewers because he was now going to have to take that feat against quite possibly the best team of all time. Most of us were hoping the Rockets made the finals just because at least there would be some conceivable chance for there to be a competitive finals regardless of whether the Cavaliers or Celtics made it. And even then, a healthy Rockets team would have destroyed either one of them, more than likely. Either way, this was supposed to be a very quick and painless sweep.
You think Brown could have beat the Rockets? I ain't gonna lie.
And listen, hey Sage, listen, I told you, on paper, it's cool, but when you see that 6'8" beast on the other side of the fucking floor, shit just changes. I don't know, Sage, maybe I'm tripping.
What in the Freaky Friday shit going on? Cause Soul sound like something I usually say, and I'm about to say something he usually would say, bro. That Rockets team is schematically made to not lose to one nigga like that, bro. Chris Paul, James Harden, even if James Harden chokes, all the threes, it only take 4 nights where they hit all their threes, and the Cavs can't keep up with that. They can barely keep up with the fucking Celtics without that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine and dandy. Who gonna stop LeBron? PJ Tucker?
Shit, who gonna stop Chris Paul?
LeBron, fuck.
Who gonna stop James Harden?
LeBron, fuck. Come on, Sage. Come on, bro.
Niggas answer too
Come on, bro. And motherfuckers say I'm not a LeBron fan. Insane.
Hey, all right, you guys just hate LeBron. All right, bro. Here we are, literally debating if he could solo squad a 2018 Rockets team. Crazy.
At least for one game, LeBron would give us one of the greatest finals performances of all time. Here he was yet again doing the impossible, going shot for shot with the Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors. Nobody believed he could duplicate this 4 times and win a series, but to even have gotten a game off of this,
that is David West.
He gave them absolutely everything he had just for it to be ruined at the final seconds.
Dang, he didn't show the pull-up thing.
There's a universe.
Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out, throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked.
I firmly believe there's a universe he makes that free throw, they win the game and possibly win the series. I truly do. I can't prove it. It doesn't make sense. It goes against all logic ever. Hell, it even goes against my own logic of stop rooting for the injured team to always beat them if healthy. I don't know. I truly feel it like, and if he had done it, Braun would have been my GOAT. I ain't gonna lie. It would have went from every now and then I flip-flop to Braun, shut up.
Yeah.
If that nigga LeBron with Jeff Green, Kyle Korver, and George Hill won a chip, yeah.
If he got 2 of the most impossible rings ever, on top of 2 rings, on top of the skill and efficiency and both ends argument, nah, bro.
No, GOAT. Shut, yeah. Any bald menace fan would just have to shut up, bro. GOAT.
Oh, they're not shutting up, but
they're gonna have to. It would have been tough. I would have been toxic.
And we'll go to overtime. You get the feeling J.R. Smith.
LeBron is such a professional. I ain't gonna lie with his pass.
JR could have just pump fake, bro. Put it up. Got fouled.
When the smoke cleared from that, LeBron had finished with 51 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, and shot 59% from the field. That, unfortunately, would be his last Herculean effort of this postseason run. There was simply no more to be done against this Warriors team. If they were going to get a game, it would have been that one, and they still wouldn't have won the series. That did not stop this from being one of the single greatest playoff runs of all time. With the Cavaliers roster being as weak as it had been in years, plus the Eastern Conference very much about to change balance of power, LeBron would leave and start a new journey in the West. But there is no doubt that getting that Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals has got to be one of the better accomplishments of his career. If you want to say the Pacers were a weak team and the Boston Celtics were injured, there is still the case of the Toronto Raptors that very much should have at least won 2 or 3 games. Getting swept, legendary moments, video game-like stat lines. 2018 LeBron will likely not be duplicated, the same way 2011 Optimus hasn't.
Meet Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I was about to say, meet Victor. Hey, we on that train now.
Victor Wembanyama.
Come on, bro.
Meet Vic.
If you want to see us react to Jalen and Jacoby talk about Victor Wembanyama and just our takes on him, go ahead and check out this video right here. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Peace.